Hey guys, Chris Dunn back with you, and in this video I have a good friend of mine, the co-founder of Coinigy, William Kehl. William, welcome, man.
Hey, what's going on, Chris? Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. Well, thank you for everything that you've done. And in this video, guys, I just want to show you what I think is the best trading platform for cryptocurrencies. The platform is called Coinigy. Oh, got a new market discovered. And this is, like I said, it's a trading platform. It pulls basically all of the exchange data into one location for you. William, what's kind of the elevator pitch of Coinigy from your perspective? How would you pitch this to somebody who's brand new or doesn't know anything about crypto?
I usually like to kind of say that it's like an E-Trade type platform. That's what most people are familiar with, but
hmm
we compare it kind of to like a Bloomberg for crypto or a Thinkorswim kind of for crypto.
So it's a platform, meaning you have charting, you can execute trades, you can look at pretty much every Bitcoin or cryptocurrency exchange and cryptocurrency pair, right?
Yep. Yeah, we have, I think we're up to 48 exchanges. Across those exchanges, we're almost to 3,000 markets that we're tracking. So all of this data is basically shooting through the system in as close to real time as possible. Some of the exchanges don't allow for real time,
hmm
but we're working on that definitely.
Beautiful. And so, guys, in this video, I'm going to show you kind of how I use this platform. And there's a lot of features that I'm not even taking advantage of. But, I really like what the team at Coinigy has done. This is by far, in my opinion, the best place for charting and to kind of aggregate all the data because, cryptocurrency is such a new market that there's a lot of just kind of disjointed information. And for a super, super reasonable price, what is it, William? $15 a month, something like that?
Yeah, it's if you pay month to month, it's $20 a month. If you pay annually, it's $15 a month roughly.
Nice. I mean, and look, I come from the stock trading world where I'm used to paying $250 and up a month for like platforms that aren't in anywhere close to this. So I think that for anybody that's like serious about trading or investing in crypto, everybody should have this. Now, if you're somebody that's like, look, I just want to buy some Bitcoin and then like never look at a chart and just kind of hold it forever, then maybe you don't need this. But if you want to actively trade or look at all of the different altcoins and the different exchanges, I do think this is a really great place to start. And so one thing that I think is really cool is and this is kind of my favorite feature and what I think every new trader should do is go under your markets and you can see here if I press this star, this will show me all my favorites. So these are kind of the main exchanges that I use, and then along with the pairs. So if we look at like say Bitfinex and then BTC USD, that's the chart that pops up here. And we're looking at a 1-day chart. You can go down to an hourly chart or, pretty much any time frame that you want, right?
Yep.
Cool. And then as far as indicators and, full, customization, you can see there's just a whole list of indicators and studies that you can load, different types of price bars, and what else should people know? Kind of, I guess, just looking at this front interface.
Yeah, so as far as the charting library is concerned, we do use the TradingView charting library. We
hmm
supply it with our own data. So everything that you see as far as candlesticks, volume, everything that's basically on the chart itself, that's actually collected by Coinigy itself, kind of in the back end, and then we display that to the user. So you're going to get a lot access to quite a few cryptocurrency markets that aren't available on TradingView itself.
hmm
So that's really a big upsell there as far as one other big thing that we offer is basically you're able to connect your actual exchange accounts directly to Coinigy.
hmm
So I don't think Chris has taken advantage of that yet, but we'll get you there at some point, Chris. But you can
Yeah, I'm kind
actually
of old school. Like I'm still placing orders directly through the exchanges.
Yeah, I think once you get your feet wet, once you dip your toes in, you'll find it's actually a lot more intuitive to
hmm
trade actually through Coinigy. You can view actually your positions directly on the chart.
hmm
You can move your positions around. You can view your historical buys and sells as well as plot profit and loss. We also allow you to add your wallet addresses for, I believe we're up to about 120 different cryptocurrencies. So, for example, if you have an Ethereum wallet, you can add your Ethereum address, and Coinigy will automatically track that and add it to your balances every day, as well as Ethereum tokens. So those of you who are big Ethereum traders, we're also looking at adding Ether Delta, which is kind of one of the first decentralized cryptocurrency exchanges in the near future.
Yeah, yeah, beautiful, man. I love how you can aggregate all the information. It also helps with journaling and tracking trades and P&Ls and stuff like that. And, like I said, I mean, I've been trading Bitcoin and crypto so long that I just kind of have like an old school system that I've never changed because it's worked so well for me. But yeah, I'm definitely open to taking advantage of some of the newer features that you guys are rolling out. What are some of the other apps that you think are kind of the biggest benefit for traders?
Sure. So as you can see in the upper left there, we have Arb Matrix. Right now, Arb Matrix is basically display only.
Hmm.
So it's just going to give you an overhead. If you click the green icon in the upper left, that'll actually sort so you can see kind of the best arbitrage opportunities at any given time. So basically what this means is if you buy on Coinsbank, which is CBNK on the left, and then sell at OKCoin, you can stand to make 6.7% profit on that trade.
Hmm.
We don't allow you to actually facilitate that trade through our matrix yet, but that is coming in the near future. So this is kind of just a proof of concept app, but a lot of people like it. If you click on actually BTC USD, the big square there, you can actually type in any other market. So if you want to see Ethereum, you can type ETH. Actually, you would just type ETH in there. And
Oh, okay, nice.
looks like it worked either way.
Yeah.
But, so that's one of them. Really, the big thing that we offer right now, in addition to that, Crypto Ticker is a Chrome extension. So once you install that, you can plug your Coinigy API keys in, and then always in your browser you have access to the latest prices on all your favorite markets.
Nice.
And kind of next in line there would be SMS Alerts. That's a really big feature for premium users only.
Hmm.
So this basically allows you to connect your phone, and whenever a price alert hits, you're going to get a notification wherever you are in the world.
That's
Um,
huge. That's one thing that I really love about the charting is how you can place alerts right on the chart. And because I'm a real visual trader, right? So like if say I'm long and I want to get an alert if price breaks a certain area, like say we're looking right here at, call it 3,200, you can just come down here and then place an alert below that area, see where it is on the chart, and then kind of edit the information over here to the right, and then set the alert, and boom, there you go.
Yep, you can also change. You can add notes to that alert. You can change the sound. So we have kind of a little sound bank there have some Mario sounds in there and stuff. But
Nice.
so kind of in addition to that, though, really the big thing that we're working on right now is our chart scanner.
Hmm.
So I know you're familiar with that kind of in capital markets. It's really a big deal. Being able to kind of screen all these various markets for volume changes, looking for MACD crosses,
Yeah.
just stuff like that. So we plan to have that live before the end of the year. We're kind of working on the back end implementation of that. So that's great. Also, kind of in addition to what you see here, Coinigy has a full-featured API underneath. So pretty much all the data that you see here, you can actually access programmatically. And we do have a lot of people building out their own apps and trading bots kind of on top of Coinigy itself. So it's really cool to see, kind of what the community has been able to come up with over the past couple of years. So
Beautiful. And for, I guess, professional level traders that run, algos and stuff like that, what I think you guys are one of, if not the only place that has tick by tick data for like a really long period of time.
yeah, so that was kind of the primary focus. When we were still kind of in startup mode with Coinigy back in late 2013,
Hmm.
we realized, we need to collect as much data as humanly possible because this is going to, this is going to be worth something. People are going to want it in the future. So we, as opposed to some other sites where they may just be grabbing the candlesticks or, potentially scraping the data from another site, we're actually storing every single raw tick, every raw trade, We're taking order book snapshots and warehousing all that data. And then we have that data actually for sale on our historical data page, which I don't know if you don't have to necessarily go to, but you can if you want. And right now, I mean, the pricing is kind of up there because crypto is so new, but we are, if you want to purchase a decent amount of data, we can definitely work on a discount for you, as well as, providing that stuff kind of as a subscription service in the future, kind of like an Oanda style data feed. So
Nice.
a lot of stuff in the works on that side of the platform, but I did want to announce one thing today. We actually did just integrate Cryptopia trading. So that's kind of a big deal. Those of you out there in altcoin land, Cryptopia is kind of well known, and that's
CPIA,
CPIA.
right? Yep.
Yeah, and they have, I think, something like 950 markets on there, which
Ooh, baby, look at that.
which is a little bit, yeah, it's a little overkill, but
Yeah.
it's been really, really heavily demanded by our users. So,
Very cool.
so we've done that. Yep.
Yeah, I love how fast you guys are working and just how much effort you put into this. There are like several different websites that you can use just for kind of like basic Bitcoin data. And like I said, guys, if you're somebody who just wants to like buy Bitcoin and hold it and check the price every few weeks or something, maybe you don't need this. But for anybody that like really wants to understand what's happening across altcoins and really be able to drill down and do like real technical analysis, like this is definitely the platform to use.
Yeah, thanks for the kind words. I mean, we do definitely see, I guess we kind of just like to call them newbies, people that sign up for Coinigy, they're not necessarily ready for Coinigy yet. And then they'll want to come back, 3 months later and restart their trial and that kind of thing, which we're usually more than happy to accommodate. But kind of the general workflow is, you need to be at least familiar with trading a little bit before you want to get onto Coinigy. There's so many features that are kind of in your face when you first sign up. You want to definitely have a little bit of that kind of knowledge underneath already built by previously trading on some of the exchanges.
Yeah. And this is the platform in all of our, like, we have a pretty big trading community and we have courses and stuff, and this is what we teach on. So pretty much every single one of our students has this.
Great, that's awesome. Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. Other than as far as we're concerned, we're working on a lot of new features. One big thing that we're working on kind of in stealth mode right now is a complete redo of our Android app, which is also going to include an iOS app. We do have an Android app out there on the store right now, but if I can be frank, it's less than stellar. So we're working with a new code base on that, and it's going to be awesome. So we're hoping to have that out basically towards the end of the year.
Beautiful. So new mobile apps. What else do you guys have in the pipeline that's exciting?
The chart scanner is really big, obviously, as well as just building out trading for more exchanges is a huge feature. So, right now I think we're supporting 48 exchanges for data, but only 20 some as far as full-fledged trading. So we're trying to get that out as much as possible. Kind of further on down the road, at some point we'd really love to allow users to actually store funds in Coinigy, so you could transfer them to and forth from exchanges and whatnot. But I don't necessarily want to get into that yet.
Gotcha.
But yeah, kind of that's our long-term overarching goal, kind of down the road. But we're also working basically underneath, kind of on a version 2 of the platform. So we hope, basically in the next few months we'll start kind of giving some teaser screenshots of version 2 and whatnot. So
very cool. Very cool. Well, I'll just give everybody kind of a quick like rundown of how I actually use this. So, obviously there's the charting, and I use very simple technical analysis, but in a lot of the trade alerts that I do for our room and stuff, I'll actually mark up, either like positions or risk to reward on potential trades. There's a lot of drawing tools in here. One of my favorite tools is Fibonacci retracements and extensions. So for those of you that have watched my videos for a while, you know how I use these. But as far, in addition to like the simple like drawing tools where you can like mark up trades and stuff like that, if you open up this side window here, You'll notice that you also have a time and sales and an order book or market depth where you can see the limit orders that are currently working in a market, as well as like the last trades. You can also place trades directly from here if you set up an account, which is pretty cool, and I'm going to start testing that more. Also, here's your alerts and the economy, meaning just information about whatever coin that you're looking at with links to resources for that coin, and then even some notes. I haven't even used this yet, but I think it's a beautiful platform. I like how everything kind of comes together at once. And again, what I really like about this is how you can save your favorites and quickly get to the coins that matter the most for you. So like on Bittrex, you can see the coins I'm currently looking at, Poloniex, just all of the different exchanges that are important. You can quickly access that information, which I think is crucial, especially if you're actively trading crypto. So William, thank you so much for coming on, man. I appreciate your knowledge and I appreciate everything you guys are doing. It's been awesome to see you guys grow over the past few years. And one thing I just want to ask, I kind of like asking everybody this: when did you get into Bitcoin? What made you get into it? And what was the first price that you bought at?
Okay. Well, first, thanks for the kind words. Definitely appreciate it. And right back at you. I mean, I know you've been kind of a supporter of ours for a long time, and we really appreciate it. As far as when I got into Bitcoin, that would have to be mid 2011. I believe it was trading at $15.
Nice.
I bought my first few Bitcoin, and then I ended up selling at 250, and I thought, oh, hey, man, I just made a killing with this. But,
nice. Who would have known we'd be sitting at 3,500 in 2017, right?
Exactly. But, yeah, so, I've been in the space for a long time. And then as far as kind of Coinigy development, that started basically mid-2013 is when Rob and I really just started hammering on the code and building things out. So it's been a wild ride. And
before the big China bubble, huh?
Before the big China bubble, before WillyBot, before anything.
Yeah, cool, man. So you bought at 15. You're still hanging in there. You guys are growing like crazy. Again, thank you so much for coming on. The most common question that I get on my YouTube videos is, what platform is that? What software is that? So I'm like, you know what? Why not just show everybody what this is and kind of how it works? And guys, I'll link up below where you can get a free trial. What is it? 30 days. Just check it out. If you love it, if it works for you, if it's helpful, keep going. 15 or 20 bucks a month is just, it's a no-brainer at this point, especially, if you're actively trading and making a lot of money with this stuff. So thanks again, William.
Right on. Thanks so much, Chris. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Talk to you soon.